Okay, last time I was exploring this area, I triggered this quest that...
Is that?
Is that what?
I am the calm amidst the storm. I am the moon reflected in a stream.
Like I said, the invisible Levnesses with the purple flame clock, and I'm pretty interested in that quest chain. I want to know more, like why it's stalking me. So I'm gonna do this. Maybe when I do this, a new quest will open up, or this will be the final one. I'm not sure.
What's this now? Seriously, more of those mutters come to ruin our day again.
Let's ruin theirs first.
Illusion. They're called the illusion?
Well,
No, they're called...
why? Come here! I got something for you! Perfect time.
Oh, we only one thing.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. Like you're not even trying. You're on fire! Enemy's broken away from me.
I think we're fine.
Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're a gem.
Well within common. You might want to
Are we
hang back.
fine?
I know just where it hurts the most.
Power of Ferrons.
Let's use it to the max. Like a flying power.
Now we're for the thing.
Come here. I got something for you. On my bench. Enemy's broken away from me.
Hail Harmony.
Oh no, people say so, we should be fine.
Appreciate it. Enemy's broken away from me.
Mio is our soul hacker, right? I think I can change her into a tank. The soul hackers can change roles depending on which skill I equip. I think I'll probably do that. Make her like a, I don't know, AoE tankish. Because Land is right now pretty single target focused.
I'll keep up the attack. Send them buggers packing. Sometimes brute force is the answer.
I love this weapon.
Push through.
So extra.
Appreciate it. Inferno zone. Hey, I'm here. You're on fire. Sometimes brute force is the answer. To 11.
This will give me something to think about.
Butterfly blade.
Resonant flag. How's that?
Airback. Window. Gemini. Hey, I'm here. You're on fire, land. Water drain. Papa.
How's that?
I think Kamarabi's top is missed.
Whoa, Camarada! I'm getting in the groove! Get used to it! Resonant flag!
Coming. You're on
My
fire,
damn
land.
it! I felt good before, but now I feel glorious!
Smash everything.
You guys have been following us since the forest next to Connie Tao.
Ha!
And they have camaraderie.
Mimi!
And we have a cutscene.
Incoming. A tactical retreat. Land! Yeah, I got it! Senna, hit it where it hurts, will ya?
Ah!
Is this a hero quest? No, it was blue. Guess someone's writing it.
What the? What's going on here?
Was there always somebody running? We killed...
Who is this girl? Where did she come from? For a soldier, she's awfully,
small?
Yeah, I know what you mean. She looks about 3 terms old. Way too young to be fighting on the front lines.
Yeah.
Not to derail the convo, but are we sure she'll be okay? We pulled her out of the Lev, but is there anything else we can do?
I don't see any external injuries, but no signs of waking up either. Hard to tell either way.
We killed 6 of them, I think, up to now.
Senna, don't worry. She's still alive. I'm sure she'll pull through. Mimi, you sure?
Look, we can talk about her all day, or we can find her a doctor. I know which one I'd prefer.
A very unique design, like on the back.
All right, but she and her people did assault colony soldiers, so taking her to a colony seems like asking for trouble.
And she's a
Then how about the city? They have medical facilities there.
machina, so should be on the side of Keves. Should be on the side of Keves. But they were attacking Colony 4 people. They killed Colony 4 people. And Maxim, I think, was not happy about that.
Indeed, seems advisable.
What do we do about the Levnis?
Take it.
Let's leave it for now. Transporting the girl should take priority.
I can carry her. Thanks, Senna. She'll be in good hands.
Yeah.
I'll make sure of it.
You could probably carry the Levinus too, Senna. Oh, it is. Ah. Ooh, interesting. Ooh. I would love to explore this place. Oops. All this is the doctor. The man who gave us the birds and the bees talk.
The Remembrance Stones, was it? Place to still the hearts, so I'm told.
That's right. It's a place to honor the dead and to look deep inside yourself.
I like this place. It has an aura of calm about it.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. I feel the same, actually.
That's the medicine they were talking about. Is the medicine that I gave him. Doctor, we have Senna has a patient in her pocket. Doctor! Oh, it's you. What got you in such a flurry? Here, let me tell you. Well, it seems she simply temporarily lost consciousness as a result of a blow to the head. Senna. Oh, so does that mean she'll be okay? We don't see her. Yes, it's a passing symptom. With a bit of rest, she should come awake naturally. Phew, that's a relief. Until she does, I'd like to keep her here for observation. Ah, wait, that's not really necessary. Seems like there might be a reason for your reluctance, No, it's just that she's, trying to kill a bunch of people. Actually, she has killed a bunch of people. She ambushed us. She might be the bad guy. We're just doing this because we feel bad. Oh dear. There's an empty house tucked away in a quiet corner of the city. I'll send word to let you use it. Doctor. Patient will be transferred there. The rest is up to you, I hope you'll find this agreeable. Ah, yes. Thanks so much. You're a lifesaver. Ah, more than usual, I mean. If anything happens, you know where to find me. Well, take care now. Thank you, Doctor, for disappearing. It's next to. Oh, it's by the. Yeah. One of the doors that we couldn't open. Oh.
Ah, you're here.
You sound just like Lance.
About the girl we transferred here. She's just woken up.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Although, I should say, she's a little,
Hostile?
Were there any complications?
No, nothing like that. Or at least nothing to complain to you about.
You're not making sense, and it's getting me antsy.
The doctor said she didn't need any medical attention, and... You know what? Why don't you just talk to her yourselves?
Hmm?
Just bear in mind, she's still a patient, so take it easy on her, eh?
Seems at least they kept her safe. But now what?
Yeah, it ain't like we can just leave her here forever.
Let's talk to her first, like you said. We should try to learn more.
All right, but she's recently injured. We probably shouldn't all crowd her.
You're right. If we're just asking questions, one person should be enough.
That sounds like a plan. So who'll go?
Surely it's Uni, right? She deals with injured people all the time. And she should be right at home.
Oh yeah? Cheers for volunteering me. I'll
Senna.
go.
Yeah, she feels responsible.
You, Senna. Why the sudden impulse?
Well, it's probably my fault she's like this.
It was really more like an accident, you know? There's no need for you to feel responsible.
It's not that exactly. It's more like... if I don't do something, I'll have a dirty... science.
Conscious.
You've never heard that word out loud, have you?
Oh.
Well, then we'll leave the girl to you. Is that all right, Sarah?
That's like when there's a word that you only read, and then the first time, like in your head, you say it one way, and then you think that's the way you say it your whole life. And one day, someone says it, and it sounds so wrong.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Do be careful though. She might be meek now, but keep in mind she and her mates came after us.
We'll be right outside. If anything happens, just shout.
I can handle myself, Mimi. But thanks. I will.
They have a purple flame clock, so they are part of the system in some way. Were they a part of Y's experiments? Let's see. The location of the quest. It's after Colony Omega. So we have to have, defeated, not killed Y first before we got this quest. So maybe they're related. But right now, Y is dead.
Might as well, yeah?
Senna.
Okay then. I'm going in. Ah!
She's so small, tiny.
Hi! I see you've woken up.
The horn. Did they try mixing in Mobius features?
How are you feeling? Any pain?
Is she mute?
Can confirm
Oh.
faint sensation of pain in cranial region. However, operational efficiency of number 7 remains unaffected.
Ah, she's artificial. The way she just talked, it instantly reminded me of Poppy.
What? Okay. That's good.
Well, I say she's artificial, but, Machina, or I would call biomechanical, I think.
Actually, I'd like to apologize. Before, I didn't realize you were inside that thing, and
Are you okay?
No major issues detected.
I see. Anyway, if it's all right with you, could you tell me something about yourself?
Number 7.
The question lacks specificity. Number 7 cannot respond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I guess that was a bit wishy-washy, huh? Well, for starters then,
What's your name?
are you a Kevesi soldier or are you Agnian?
Keves, Agnus.
Yeah, that's right. You must know those, right?
Affirmative. However, discrepancy was encountered while processing query.
Huh? What do you mean?
Affiliation of number 7 does not match either of 2 options provided.
Doesn't match. Well, then that only leaves...
Special Mobile Combat Unit under direct Mobius command. Alias, Colony 0.
Ah. So, on the Agnes side, Colony Omega was, the special ops colony. On the Kevin side, it's Colony 0.
Whoa, you know about Mobius?
Affirmative.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when you attacked us...
Colony 0 soldiers of numbers 7 and below were tasked with eradication of Ouroboros.
Whoa, that's not great.
But why?
So this girl really is our enemy. I have to warn the others.
So Consul Y sent...
Although, is that really true? She did attack us, so why is she like this now?
Why did she attack the Colony 4 people?
What you just told me, it sounded really important. Won't you get in trouble for saying it?
I was not ordered to silence on the matter.
I see. Okay. Oh, shoot, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Senna. What's yours?
I have no name.
Huh?
It's kind of funny. She's called 7. A machine girl called 7. Number 7. That's funny, actually.
Number 7 does not possess information under the category name.
You don't have a name? Wait, so this number 7 thing you've been saying all along?
An individual identification number assigned to soldiers of Colony 0. We do not belong to Keves or Agnus. We are special assets. Publicly, we do not exist. Consequently, records of personal information stored in growth modules are also expunged at the time of birth.
That's crazy.
Shall I consider the questioning to be over?
No, wait. What you just said, you don't think it's strange?
Cannot ascertain purpose of question. Requesting additional clarification.
I mean, for example, that name thing. A colony that calls people by a number, that's so dehumanizing. Don't you feel bad to be called like that? I mean, you're the same as us, after all.
Cannot ascertain purpose of question.
Oh.
Requesting clarification.
I think maybe Tyon would be better at speaking with her. Or Riku. No, not Riku. Senna. Sad.
Senna. Hey, you okay?
Did you learn anything? Hang on, love, you don't look so good.
What happened, Senna?
Mimi, I don't know what to do.
Hey, Senna. Everything's fine. Let's go somewhere we can talk. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Or are you gonna give her a name? And is it gonna be, related to 7. That would be kind of funny. It can't be a coincidence. Was her nickname 7 in Japanese too? I know it's 7 in, you know, in the English speaking community of Xenoblade fans, you know, to, you know, filter it, I guess. Spoiler tag
you
it.
can't always give 100%.
Oh, it has to be here.
Let's catch up on stuff.
Don't feel so bad, Senna.
Colony 0? Wow. They did seem like more than regular soldiers, but that's wild.
If they're palling around with Mobius, we can't really ignore them, I suppose.
He's dead.
We still have very little information. I think a more thorough investigation is in order.
Okay, but we're talking about a tiny third-termer here.
Senna, what do you think?
Huh? What do I think about what?
You're the one that spoke with her. What's your gut telling you?
I just asked questions and she just answered them. But even though she attacked us, she doesn't seem hostile or violent.
No, it's just following orders. There's no intent behind it.
And when I spoke to her, she was literally just answering questions. It didn't feel like a conversation at all.
Did it feel like Ask Jeeves?
She looks like us, but is actually a whole different kind of being. That's how I felt. And then I got scared of her, and...
Yeah, that would terrify people. Like, in Senna's eyes, she looks just like a normal Machina, which, in her view, is just a normal Kevesi person, right? But the way she acts is very, very different. Like, for us, maybe, like, if we met a Machina person and they were acting robotic, we will be afraid at first, you know, because they're new alien, but we expect them to act robotic because they look robotic, I guess. They look metallic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Senna.
Senna, give us your honest opinion. Do you think she's an enemy?
No, she's a tool by the enemy.
I don't really know yet. That's kind of why
It's exactly the same thing as how Keves and Agnus were fighting each other, right? Tools up Mobius, the consuls, set up to fight each other. But outside of the Mobius influence, maybe we can work together, maybe not.
I'd like to try talking to her again, I think.
What do you mean? You just said you were scared of her.
I am, it's true, but I want to make sure I got the right idea, and that's stronger than my fear.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Not just about if she's an enemy, but also about who she actually is, how she thinks and feels.
I get it. You need a bit more time for that, sure.
Right. I also want to say sorry for leaving without saying anything last time.
Okay then. If you're doing a house visit and apologizing at once, how about a little gift to grease the wheels?
Oh, Senna, you could bring her your onigiri.
Onigiri?
It's rice ball.
It's a portable Agnian snack made of packed boiled myth rice.
They're lovely and salty, especially the way Senna makes them. They really hit the spot after a long training session.
You would need a lot of water.
Huh? You can make food?
Oh, of course I can. Onigiri, at least. Oh, wait. But we don't have any myth rice.
They should have decent reserves in Colony Lambda.
Hey, nice. No, hang on. How'd you know that off the top of your head?
Commander Izzard likes them. The onigiri.
Well, that's just peachy then. Hope he doesn't mind sharing.
They have copious amount of ether.
Thanks, you guys.
I know other colonies are now growing food. How does Lambda do it? Do they... I guess now that all the castles are under our control-ish, we can distribute supplies, but where did the supplies from the castle come from?
My hunger is stirred.
You want meteorites? Sure, I don't mind. Feel free to grab some if you like. We're close to the water here, so the harvest's always good quality. Huh, I never knew. If you ever need more, just haul out your butt, boy. Now we only need a place to cook. They taste best when they're fresh, so maybe we could use the canteen in the city? Snow White missiles. So they do farm here. They have time because they use autolevs. Because they're a higher ranked colony. I think they were silver, right? Higher rank means more soldiers, means you can do more, right? And Colony 9 couldn't because we were a iron rank? Dirt rank? No, we weren't dirt. Tin? Dirt?
My hunger is stirred.
Tin or iron? I can just check. Tin, yes. Lower ranked. Very low. Maybe use a chicken. Not chicken, kitchen. Don't just use it, ask first. It's impolite.
Man, I haven't made onigiri in a minute. Hope I can still shape them right. Ah, that's nice. Now, let's take them to our patient.
In actuality, like when you use rice, it depends on what kind of rice you use. Because some rice are drier. They absorb more water when you cook them than others. Number 7, still here?
Senna, wait. This time around, we'd like to sit in on the conversation too.
It's gonna feel like we're crowding her.
Huh? But I thought...
No worries. We'll hang back and watch. We're happy to let you do the talking.
Okay then, if you say so. Hey, sorry to intrude. Can we have a moment?
No objections. You wish to resume questioning.
No, that's not why I'm here. It's just that last time, I was kind of rude. So, to apologize, I thought I'd visit again and bring you a little something.
Who was the Xenoblade 2 blade that made rice balls? For Vess, yes.
I figured you might be hungry. They're called onigiri?
Yes.
I'm not very good at this, so they're about the only thing I can make.
Yes.
But I can guarantee they're tasty, and actually, Mimi says so too. I mean Mio, she's...
Yes.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Please, feel free to eat.
I will eat.
What?
How about it then?
They're actually eating it. And actually, there was actually bite marks. Oh my god.
Cannot ascertain purpose of question.
Are they tasty? Did I make them right?
With regard to first question, number 7, comforter, tasty, to be accurate, assessment.
Oh, really? That's good to hear.
In regard to second, application of manual pressure resulting in compaction and higher cohesion, also showing excess salt level.
Oh. No, wait, that's the best part. Isn't it nice and chewy?
Affirmative.
Huh?
Number 7 has not taken sustenance in this form before.
In this form?
Currently considering that others of Colony 0 may also enjoy the experience.
Are they expendable? Do they go on suicide missions?
Oh, you think so?
That's why they don't eat?
Particularly number 9 seem to be growing disaffected with the rations being distributed.
Okay, that's not it.
And number 3, whose calorie intake exceeds the baseline, may find these more sating. As a precaution, salt levels may have to be marginally adjusted pursuant to guidance from number 6.
Huh.
They're all below 10.
Is there a problem?
9's the highest.
No, it's nothing. Oh, but if it's okay with you, could I ask you to tell me more?
Acknowledged. Continuing explanation.
So, were the onigiri tasty?
You already have a sufficient reply to this question.
Have you come to like the onigiri I made?
Affirmative.
Well, that's good then. I'll make them for you again sometime.
Yes.
Senna lacks a little bit of self-confidence, so...
Well, she eats like normal, and she can handle small talk.
Yeah, there's nothing suspicious about her. Except she talks funny. But whatever.
Let's let Senna keep her talking for a bit longer.
Hey, you said you didn't have a name.
Recollection of making such a statement exists.
Well, then, what about Sagiri?
7 onigiri.
Perhaps this is some sort of code or cipher.
No, I was asking what you thought about Sagiri for a name.
Cannot follow logic behind query. Requesting more rational explanation.
You're using difficult words again. I just didn't want to keep only calling you, you.
The designation, number 7, is...
Right. I just took the se part from 7 and tacked on the giri from onigiri. Sagiri.
Failure to comprehend basis for utilizing this nomenclature.
Well, it's 'cause you said you liked onigiri just then.
Whoa. Senna, don't you think you're taking it a bit far?
Yeah, love. Did you lose your brain at the gym or something?
I'm sorry, Senna. I don't think I see what you're after here.
Whoa, when did everyone get so mean? I think it's a great name, Sagiri.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. It seems really, friendly, somehow.
It's like a nickname. An endearing name, I think. Like 2 features that are most prominent about someone that you know. Right now, the only thing we know about her is name is number 7. And she likes onigiri, apparently. So...
It's not really like you to come out with something like this, Senna.
Yeah, don't ask Noah to name things.
Really? Well, maybe so. But Mimi, I don't think it's right to call a person by a number. Hey, I'm sorry. I let my mouth run away from me. I understand if you felt hurt by it.
regulations contain no special provisions on restricting designation. Huh? Number 7 has no authority based on which to reject proposed designations, whatever they may be.
Does that mean we can call you Sagiri and you won't mind?
Affirmative.
Well, there you have it then. Affirmative.
Nicely done, Senna.
Yeah, thanks.
Right there, Unisa, her affirmative sounded a little bit like a Dalek.
The girl might still be a total mystery, but really, it wouldn't have been right to call her number 7.
Wait. Noah's sword is Lucky 7. Related?
What happened?
A coded transmission from Colony 0. The Mobius Consul F is requesting parley with Ouroboros.
F. Not Y. Okay, this is a different Mobius.
The Mobius is requesting what?
Number 7 will use Own Iris as relay to forward the transmission to you.
Is that safe?
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my young Ouroboros friends.
His helm looks like an Omnite.
I am F, and before we go further, I would like to sincerely apologize for the discourtesy of this method of introduction.
Ugh, what a shameless slug. He thinks we'll forget he tried to kill us.
You say you want to parley. How do you imagine that will go at this point?
I'm certain you will feel guarded, and rightly so. And yet, with that acknowledged, I would like to offer an opening of negotiations with you.
Negotiation.
Negotiations?
Should you accept my invitation, I will rescind the extermination order on you, Ouroboros. Colony 0 will henceforth no longer concern itself with your comings and goings.
Oh, that'd be swell! If we were stupid enough to trust your word.
And your demands?
The bodily return of number 7.
Huh?
And that's it? That's all it would take for you to never fight with us again?
Yes, you have my guarantee, and that of the whole of Colony 0.
Are you joking? You're Mobius. You'd throw away 1 or 2 soldiers without batting an eye.
Certainly some consuls do display such callousness, a deplorable state of affairs.
And we have met Triton.
But not I. I hold the light of life possessed by Colony 0 to be of the utmost importance.
Light of life.
Naturally, that includes number 7. That is precisely why I have reached out to you, nominally my enemies, even with the concomitant difficulties acknowledged.
Are you telling the truth?
Come on, Senna, don't fall for it.
Can you give us a guarantee that you aren't lying to us right now?
Of course, is what I'd love to say, but naturally simple words are never enough to engender trust. I know. I've sent the current coordinates of Colony 0 to number 7.
Current coordinates. It's a mobile colony. Well, I guess all colonies are pretty mobile. You can move the Ferrons and settle there.
We shall remain here. Should you find yourselves receptive to my offer, do please pay us a visit and bring number 7 with you.
So you think giving us your location will make us trust you?
How do we know this isn't a trap?
In such a circumstance, you would possess a handy hostage in number 7. I trust I needn't say more.
Even if we were, into the idea of taking, Sagiri as hostage, that is not an equal exchange, I guess. he might be lying about how he regards her.
Ugh. Has this guy heard the way he sounds?
Of course, that is not what any of us really want. My desire is to see number 7 safely returned to me. That is all. Number 7,
Yes?
I am tasking you with guiding them to Colony 0. Follow their command until you return.
Compliance.
And number 7,
Yes?
we've all been worried about you. That will be all. I will eagerly anticipate the day when we meet in more favorable circumstances.
By the Consul's authority, Number 7 is hereby assigned to the Ouroboros' command as an exceptional measure for the duration. Pending your decision on the outcome of the proposed exchange, I await your command to depart.
Well, this was unexpected.
Sagiri, what do we do with you?
If he really cared, I don't think he would have called all of them just by numbers. Or maybe he's just really bad at naming things like Noah. Pending your decision on the outcome of the proposed exchange, I await your command to depart. You monster.
Wait, are you serious? You really trust that consul?
Of course I don't. Not entirely. I know it could be a trap as well, but still.
It's better for us if we can deal with the threat directly, though.
If, and this is a big if, okay? If he was telling the truth earlier, then we won't have to fight with Sagiri and her friends. And more importantly, I'm sure there are people waiting for her there. So, for all those reasons, I thought...
Well, either way, things can't stay like this forever.
Rather than make speculation after speculation and do nothing, you want to set something in motion.
And it's not like we can just keep her here.
It's also possible, if unlikely, that we might be able to talk it through.
All right. Can you tell us where Colony 0 is right now?
She's so tiny.
Atia region, Capricorn Peak.
Huh? Wait, isn't that... That's where we fought against those guys, ain't it?
The point where Colony 0 is stationed is located even further in.
Ah.
That explains why you were lying in wait for us there.
However, the geographical feature called the Noclia Mire is located en route.
Noclia Mire?
Entering it is predicted to have severe negative impact on your biological processes.
Then how do you guys get through?
A Ferron's environmental hazard resistance can temporarily neutralize poisonous materials.
Ferron?
What's a Ferron? Oh, is that the thing you were riding inside?
Affirmative.
It's a small Ferron. It's a Ferron.
Consequently, traversal through the afflicted area will necessitate retrieval and refurbishing of the abandoned Ferron suit.
We can ask Riku to fix it up. Will that be okay with you?
No objections.
Oh, if Riku must, we'll not leave friends in lurch.
All right then. Just be patient for us a little while longer, okay, Sagiri?
Compliance.
The one that we, left behind. Do we get to ride it? Is this the final traversal thing? It just popped into my head. Because I'm pretty sure we still have one slot left for a traversal. Right?
What?
Yeah, we haven't left. So only 2 are mandatory in the story.
Is that? I am the calm amidst the storm. I am the moon reflected in a stream.
Only 2 are mandatory. The other 2 are optional. It's still smoking.
How does it look, Riku? Can you get it in working order?
It looked like problem mostly cosmetic. Riku have it working in no time flat. And ready. Riku proud of own handiwork.
And how does it look to you? Can you still use it?
Power lines clear. All sensors online. Ferron Unit number 7, fully operational.
That sounds good. Are you ready to guide us?
Understood. Designating route.
Ooh. We can... Oh, this is lower woodlands. Nice. Wait. Whoa. This is actually pretty cool looking. You're an attacker. Machine assassin. Ooh, you're a debuff spreader. Okay. Cool. Well, good thing I didn't explore too much here. Maybe
Feeling here.
I was going to be stopped.
Sweet, let's poke around.
Environmental resistance field deployed. Hazardous elements will be neutralized.
That sounds good, I think.
Nice.
Scanning for Colony Zero's identification signal. We are approaching the rendezvous point.
And so we're finally here. Totally fine. Ha! Ha!
Ooh. Transports. And the console. And 5 Ferrons.
Welcome, friends. I've been hoping you would come.
Are you Consul F for friend?
We've brought your soldier as you asked. So what now?
Number 7 seems uninjured. Thank you for this magnanimous measure. As promised, Colony Zero's order to eradicate Ouroboros will be rescinded. You have my word that we will never again darken your doorsteps, figuratively speaking.
Talk is cheap, man.
Darken your doorsteps. Like, I think that's assassin speak for, you know, ambush.
Oh, I assure you, the soldiers of Colony Zero are most faithful. They would never disobey an issued order. What's more, I personally have nothing but the deepest respect for you all. After all, you did tend to my dear number 7 and brought her back to me unscathed.
Like, the words he says are friendly, but the way he says it is very slimy.
I offer you my sincere, heartfelt thanks.
Yeah, alright.
This doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah. And I think that's the intention of the delivery.
Oh, I've just had the greatest idea. Number 7, you and our guests have traveled long and far to arrive here.
Like, sometimes when you have dubs, like the VAs might not really convey the right connotation, the right emotion in some scenes, but I think in this case it's exactly what they intend.
Why don't we introduce them to the rest of the Colony Zero personnel?
Compliance.
I think we're actually fine.
Nonsense, no need to be shy. We need to tie a bond of trust between us, and where better to start than with a round of introductions?
Especially with the background music right now. the string.
Sagiri, are you alright with that?
String and the keys.
The Consul's word is absolute. Number 7 does not have the prerogative of choice.
Number 7, show your face to everyone. I'm sure they'd like that. Number 4 has also been worried about you.
Yes.
Number 4?
Number 4 is number 7's right-hand man. With number 7 absent, he had to take over the reins instead.
He means like being an aide, then?
Sagiri, does that make you the commander?
Parts of the definition appear discrepant, but on the whole, there are no major issues with that denomination.
Well, not exactly, but she fulfills the role.
You could have told us, you know?
Information was not requested.
I have no record of the fact being queried.
You've noticed it too, right, Tyon?
Yeah, and I can't make sense of it. The Consul's attitude is one thing, but more importantly...
The Ferrons. The one thing a colony needs, and there's no sign of it here. Or maybe it's just something completely different from the colonies we know.
And you're looking at Uriah.
A special unit under direct Mobius command. Were we too hasty coming here?
For Senna's sake, and for that girl she trusts, let's hope not.
Ooh,
Sweet, let's poke around.
Colony 0. No barracks. Wait,
Number 7. I'm relieved to see you back safe.
I didn't get to speak with them.
Number 4, no status abnormalities?
We're all good here. Number 10 and number 8 are currently on a mission, but should be back soon.
Okay, so there's a number 10.
Revising query. Are there status abnormalities in number 4's condition?
No. I'm okay. Number 4 can still fight.
He is a little bit more human sounding.
However...
Number 7, you're not at fault. If anything, it's my fault. Having such poor abilities in battle. Without disengaging the Ferrons limiter, I couldn't fight
Number 4.
What's wrong? What is it?
Sparks, you don't think this is...
Husk?
His flame's leaking.
Are each individual beings like flame clocks?
I'm cold. Number 7? Where... I can't see a thing.
Turn to husk. Oh dang.
Sagiri, what just happened?
They're not actually robots. They're just normal Ionios races, but they are programmed in some way.
Number 4 has given his life to the Ferron.
Oi, you better explain yourself.
The Ferrons are powered by life's flames.
Yeah, the purple flame clock.
The flame clocks that impel them are synchronized to those of their passengers.
Just like Ethel and Kamaravi.
Wait, did you say flame clocks? Does that make the Ferrons...
Indeed. The design differs, but you could see them as functionally identical to Ferronesis. In addition, Ferron flame clocks are fitted with the function to disengage the limiters.
Disengage the limiters?
Doing so allows the Ferron to burn through the flames that fuel it at an accelerated rate, maximizing the unit's power output. Once the limiter is disengaged, a first-term soldier can perform at a level comparable to a colony's commander.
That's the goal. not. He is trying to make child soldiers, and Y is trying to make adult soldiers, like instant adults with no soul. He's trying to make child soldiers.
That incandescent power is the pith and marrow of the Ferrons, of Colony Zero's might.
Which means they're both despicable, but I dislike this guy more.
But what is Colony Zero to begin with? Who are you? Who are its soldiers?
You could say we are those who work behind the scenes of this war. Battlefield manipulation, inciting sedition, information control, elimination of third-party forces. It's all due to our ceaseless, thankless efforts that this war can continue unabated, and each life's fate arrives as ordained. In other words, we maintain the fabric of the world. That is the duty which is our pleasure to fulfill.
Nothing but empty words. That's the reason you put your men in those things.
Well, mate, you just showed us your whole ass. I knew you didn't care about the lives of your soldiers after all.
He cares about their lives in a way that, because that life fuels the Ferrons.
Preposterous! I treasure their lives above any other good. They are to me the most exalted substance. Their immaculate lives, sacrificed in service to the world, permeate it and form the basis of the eternity we Mobius covet.
Stop it.
Protecting my innocent lambs whose souls lubricate the gears of the world through a sublime sacrifice. That is the highest calling. Isn't it the loftiest vocation conceivable? Surely you must agree.
Shut up already!
I must beg your pardon. Have I said something to incur your displeasure?
Snuff all of that and snuff you!
Oh. First time hearing Senna curse.
How dare you! How could someone like you think for a second you treasure Sagiri? You have no right! We'll bring you down right here and now. Sagiri and everyone will be free from the flame clocks.
But what in the blazes has brought this on? I told you from the start, I had no intention of fighting you.
But we have intentions of stopping you.
Have you lost your mind?
Well, it seems unavoidable now. It seems the negotiations have broken down. Truly regrettable, and yet perhaps inevitable. All Ferron units, heed my call. You are ordered to disengage your limiters.
Oh no.
Number 7, your orders. Bring all your might to bear and crush the Ouroboros.
Sagiri, listen! You don't...
Compliance. Commencing Ouroboros annihilation.
Sagiri.
I still have only one tank.
I know how you must feel, but for now we have to fight, Senna.
All units fall in and stand by.
What's this?
Consul, a report.
What's the matter, number 7?
Large expenditure of life's flames is forecast if limiters are disengaged for combat. Proposal following analysis of all units' flame totals. Restrict limiter disengagement to unit number 7.
I see.
What? What's she doing? She's trying to get her mates out of fighting.
Number 7, I recognize your unparalleled radiance. It brings you honor. Now behold, by my authority as Consul, I order you, all Ferron units, disengage limiters.
Sagiri!
That snuffer. Just when I thought he couldn't go lower.
Oh, number 7. Truly you are a marvel. The cry wafting from your spirit, it will water this endless world and make it bloom eternal.
First off, let's deal with these guys.
Yeah. Just wait, Sagiri. We'll get you out of this mess, I promise!
Ouroboros will be terminated.
Just watch!
Let's go here! Monster! Enemy's broken away from me! More where that came from! No! Enemy's broken away from me! Go here! I got something for you!
Unstoppable!
Senna! How? Go here! I got something for you!
E-class. Let's see. 2 healers should be fine. Maybe. Or 1 DPS. No, 2 healers should be fine. Let's see.
Leave the enemies to me.
Ouroboros will be terminated.
Let me give you a taste! I can't hold them all! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're again.
This is well within touch. I can't hold them all! Eat this! I'll throw them!
Wow, thanks!
They're sparking me yet! Stay back for now!
No escape!
More where that came from!
Combine right!
I need you, Mio! Let me give you a taste!
How about this?
Viral vector.
More where that came from! Give it up! Let me give you a taste!
Let's do it, Tyre.
Give it up!
Fatal bite.
Just watch!
I think we're fine.
Give it up!
Combine and strike! You like that?
I'll show you!
Come on now!
Give it up!
Combine and strike! No escape!
I'll show you!
You like that?
This is a very, very interesting quest. Well, hero quest. How it's set up. I'm guessing like all the quests are like in a chain. At the end. So the novel writer thing must have been part of it too. Oh, that's number 7. I'm not finishing last. Since Noah is still up, I'm going to...
Here we go, Liz! Right now.
I can't hold them off!
No escape!
Viral vector.
Where that came from? This, well within time.
so much damage. Oh. I meant to use taunt art, that's fine. Sorry, Sayuri. What Y did was trying to take advantage of the last flickering light of people just before they die, when they have like high purpose. And right now, F is trying to. How should I say this? Make the fire burn much hotter than it normally does. Get the spark up now.
Lance!
Yeah!
Ooh.
Sagiri, please! Just snap out of it! You don't have to follow these orders! Sagiri! You're free to do what you want!
Seki, free to...
Well now. What a curious phenomenon. Number 7, I'm changing your orders. Kill that Ouroboros first. Top priority.
Comply it.
Don't do it, Sagiri!
That's an order, Number 7. Number 7, what are you...
Huh?
Number 7.
Whoa, we didn't fight him. That was very unexpected.
Sagiri! Are you okay? Please, talk to me, Sagiri!
Number 4.
Huh?
Number 4. Don't go. Number 7. We'll protect. Number 4. Everyone.
Noah, please. For Sagiri. For them all.
Right.
Wait, there are clocks? Mini, tiny clock. It's an actual colony. Ooh. Interesting. Everyone's clocks? So now we don't have your mech?
With the Consul's death in the line of duty, Colony Zero's chain of command is broken. Number 7 currently has no duties to perform, and no orders to follow.
That means you don't have to fight us anymore.
However, it is a matter of record that Number 7 took hostile action against Ouroboros. Perhaps you wish to mete out an appropriate punishment.
Sagiri, you did nothing wrong. Really, we should be thanking you.
Thanking? Why would that be?
I mean, before, you attacked the Consul instead of us, so... You held back from fighting us, and thanks to that, we were able to take down the Consul. Anyway, that's enough about that. Now it's time to think to the future, right?
I cannot comprehend.
Huh?
Why do you speak to Number 7 that way? Why did Number 7 disobey orders? Why did I not attack you as instructed?
You wanted to.
Requesting swift reply. Furthermore, requesting orders.
Sagiri...
Number 7 is confused. I do not know what actions to take.
I know what it's like to feel lost, uncertain, not know where to turn. But even you must have some things you think you'd really like to do, right?
Number 7 does not have thoughts matching that description.
In that case, let's put our heads together. Let's think of things you might want to do.
Is that an order?
Nuh-uh. Nobody's giving you orders anymore. From now on, Sagiri, the only orders you should follow are your own.
That's a very difficult ask, though. Like, having autonomy suddenly can be very, very difficult.
The situation described does not conform to the accepted definition of orders.
It was just like a metaphor, or was it a simile?
I really cannot comprehend. But although I cannot comprehend, Sagiri gives orders to Number 7. If the circumstances be interpreted this way, then Sagiri, I may be able to comprehend.
Oh, Sagiri.
Is it odd?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure it's exactly right. Since, after all, you're free now. So, Sagiri, what are your orders for Number 7?
Top priority should be to investigate what it is that I want to do. More data must be gathered before this is ascertained.
That sounds very like you, but I think you're making it too complicated. It doesn't have to be just one thing, and it can be anything, really.
It can be anything?
Yep, anything at all.
In that case...
Yes? Did you think of something?
Onigiri.
Right now, I think I'd like one of your onigiri, Senna.
By the way, I wanted to ask about the Ferron. I suppose there's no way to use them anymore.
That statement is incorrect.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Motive function can be restored by switching to alternative power source using ether cylinders. Power output will be inferior to the original flame clock system, and the limiter can't be removed. but shouldn't hinder combat. I will be able to fight on.
Wow. That's great news. Do you think we can ask you to fight by our side again, then?
Understood. Ferron Unit Number 7 will gladly join Ouroboros Battle Unit.
We'll be counting on you then, Sagiri.
Senna, guess the class?
Ouroboros command structure accepted.
Nice.
This sounds pretty serious.
First, let's talk about all the stuff you might want to do in the future.
Affirmative.
Before I end it, let's go see what that thing is about. This discussion topic. What are you gonna do with the kids? Go to the city?
Yeah, you can't always give 100%. We should talk about this.
Wait, was that a quest? I didn't see. Anyways. The principal function of Colony Zero is to maintain the state of war between Keves and Agnus. As a result, our activities cover all Ionios, and we seldom stop in one place. Wait, you don't have any designated point for rest and refueling? Correct. All required preparations are performed ad hoc. Don't like the sound of that. That'll wreck your health. There's no need to follow orders now. How about looking for a place for you to settle down? I'm with Mimi on this. How about it, Sagiri? I have also considered improvement of residential environment as a matter of higher priority. Procurement of a safe location is desirable for the sake of all present. But we'll have to convince another colony to take them in. That won't be an easy task. Any discussion would be likely to reveal Colony Zero's origin. They'd have to be careful not to let any of this slip to anyone besides us. That will be hard to keep up even in the city. And the castle will be a bust too. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Did you say the castles? Lance, that's it. What's it? The prison camp at Agnus Castle. It's a better place to live in than some colony they have trouble fitting in with, right? Oh, right. Wait, are you being serious? Yeah, come on, Noah. We can't settle poor Sagiri and her friends there. Do you think it's a bad idea? Permission to disagree. This is a reasonable proposition. It satisfies conditions for survival and provides sturdy defense against hostile parties. Existence of a more suitable location for Colony Zero is unlikely. Oh, really? Well, if you think it will be good, then... Sorry to rain on your military parade, but the prison camp is under the control of the castle right now. I think it's already been abandoned. Before we do anything hasty, we should discuss our options thoroughly. Right. First things first, let's see if we can get permission from Agnus Castle. And let's not drag our feet. Yeah, we don't want to keep them sleeping rough, do we? Oh, yeah, it is a quest. Yeah, this place would be it's cozy. Okay.
Right then, should we get a move up?
I'll start with this in the next part.